This video is a very good news and a very nice video for everyone to watch. It has now come to the final stage. The thing that the Igbo has been saying and what everybody has been talking about in Igbo land. Finally, everybody have now seen it. That the Igbo is the lost tribe of the Israel. Now, the Israel government, they have confirmed it. And now it is in their website. According to the headline, it says, Israel confirmed Igbo lost tribe connection.
Okay, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, another information don't drop, and I know say our duty here now to react to videos and also to bring a very authentic information to you at every point in time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy New Day, Happy Monday, Happy New Week. It shall be well with all of us. Anyway, the information they drop now according to our brother African Colonization and Biafra History Channel or TV. Igbo declared lost tribe of Israel, the geopolitical impact on Biafra freedom. Now, according to the information and according to the person who dropped this video, he said, and I quote, that Israel now have realized, in fact, it has been written wide and bold on their on their website, that Igbos are one of the lost tribes of Israel. Don't forget, they are still looking for other tribes. And that was why Benjamin Netanyahu made it clear in one of his videos. He said, and I quote, he said, I am coming to Africa to liberate my Jewish brothers and sisters. So it is now being confirmed that Igbos are one of them, and they are coming with full force to liberate these people. My brother, expect the unexpected moving forward. So this call for celebration. In fact, it is called for celebration that if your brothers, it's just like a lost brother, or you cannot use a prodigal son. No, you cannot use a prodigal son in this context. Just like you lost a brother for a very long time, and all of a sudden that your brother, or rather his family, appeared from nowhere. I begin to tell you that this is your brother. His name is Chukwuemeka. He married so person, and they have so children, and this is where they are living. And now they have decided to look for their lineage. That's exactly what Israelites want to do in Africa. They are searching for their lost tribes. Israel have how many tribes? How many tribes of Israel do we have? Anyway, please help me at the comment section of this video. If you know how many tribes Israel have, drop it at the comment section, because I know about all these things, but it has escaped my memory since long. I stopped going to church. I know that I'm an antichrist, because some people now say, hey, you're an antichrist. Even some people will even unfollow me because I don't go to church. I don't have mercy. Africa. Oh, may God have mercy upon us. So, I don't call for any attack, I beg you. Okay, let us continue listening to this video. Please, as you are watching, like, share, comment, and subscribe for more interesting videos. And follow us. Please follow us on all our social media handles. And as you do that, may God Almighty continue to bless you, prosper you, and meet you at every point of your need. As you are listening, please remember there's a room for interjection. So when that happens, please always bear with us, because we are doing this to serve you better, not because we like doing it, no, because we want to serve you better. So please applaud us by commenting on every videos we drop. I try one. Let's go there, please.
The hidden link to Biafran freedom. This is there is no two ways about it. That is it. It is the way to Biafran freedom. This is the direct way to freedom. That is why you see the country, it is shaking. The government, they are not at rest. So their mind is bubbling every day, because they don't know what to do. They don't know the next step that Israel or America will take for the thing that is going on. Just that this issue of Iran and Israel war, and also the US, it is now they are in two wars, so they have not have much time to focus on what is going on in Nigeria. But we believe that very soon their eye will be on Nigeria, and they will focus on what is going on in Nigeria. But this move of accepting Igbo to be the lost tribe of Israel, it is a very big celebration, and it is historical, because something everybody has been expecting for them to have done for a long time, finally it has now come to life. So everybody have now seen it, that Igbo is truly the lost tribe of Israel. And it is not issue of how come, is it true? So in this video, this our brother is going to explain everything the way it is, and then you're going to watch the video also, and you're going to see everything how it is going. So don't skip any part. As about to watch, like, subscribe, and make sure you share it to go around. Let others see and also celebrate with it, and also confirm that Igbo is the lost tribe of Israel.
Is in panic as the Israeli Prime Minister has come out to acknowledge that the Igbos are the Jewish big tribe in Africa, and that they have been enlisted into the Israeli website officially. Now, sir, how can you add to this, sir? And then help them to also achieve the Biafra struggle, sir?
Thank you for having me. I must say that I'm not surprised. This didn't come to me by surprise, because every human being on earth have where they come from. It has been established severally that the Igbos are Jews.
So if you go to the government of Israel's website on their view on the lost tribes of Israel, and who's from the house of Israel, 40 or so million people in Nigeria that self-identify as being Jewish. And now there's, 60 Orthodox communities in there who've converted and are practicing Judaism. And the leader of the Igbo people ruling over them is trying to, create an independent Jewish state. And they have a whole Jewish revival going there. It's fascinating. And the government of Israel is loving it, and they're supporting it. And Jewish people are making documentaries about it. And it's like the most exciting thing ever. And it's giving people a lot of biblical renewal.
I just had a Lyft driver yesterday telling me about all this, and I was kind of like, all right, what? It's all true, what you're talking about. It's crazy.
So your Lyft driver was Igbo from Nigeria?
I'm so sure that's what he was saying to me. Yeah, all this stuff. He was saying that, he said Israel's been supportive.
So anytime I'm in Israel at the Western Wall and I see a Igbo man, and I can tell because they're wearing Nigerian outfits, I say, are you Jewish? He's like, yeah, how do you know? And I'm like, well, bring it in, give me a hug.
Yeah. No, that's what he said to me. He picked me up at a Jewish community center. He goes, are you Jewish? And I went, He goes, this place, this is house of worship, or this is what is this place? And I told him what the JC. It's like, it's a community center. They do events. It's about a building community. They do all sorts of. They take people from all races. I said, yeah. He's like, I am from Nigeria, Igbo. He didn't say that. And when I said Nigerian, he's like, not Nigerian, Igbo. Yeah. Not Nigerian. I am Igbo. I am Jew. And we're trying to do what Israel did. They're supporting us. Then he started going on this whole thing.
Yes, because Nigeria is just a name that the British threw onto the amalgamation of a bunch of different tribes there.
15, some scientists from Israel came to Nigeria. Out of the whole place in Nigeria, they went to Nineveh to do DNA tests. So it is not by circumstance, it's not by coincidence that the Igbos say they are from the Jew or they are from the Jew. And whether from what we are seeing, looking at the support of agitation for the sovereign state of Biafra from Israel, you should understand that they already know that this is happening. So I saw a trending video where a young Israeli was very emphatic that the same way Israel stood by the Biafra during the Civil War, that they have not abandoned their brothers. They are still very much with them. So for me, it's a weapon development, and this is coming at the time even Nigerians from the southeastern part of the country, the Igbos, their brothers from the other part of the country, talking about the Delta State, another part of the country, are already uniting with Igbos on the southeastern part of the country. Don't forget that even as we speak, a service senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, talking about Senator Ned Nwoko, is proposing a bill to create Anyoma states to join with their brothers in the southeastern part of the country. Whether we like it or not, the Anyomas in Delta State are Igbos. And of course, that are
Igbos.
Yes, of course. That is largest and biggest senatorial district in Delta State. But again, going back to Israel, don't forget that recently we had a situation where the issue of Biafra and even Nanekalo was extensively discussed at the level of Israeli Knesset. Talking about Israeli parliament. A situation where we had a voting that attracted so much international attention. And we even saw a very young boy who went there to represent Biafrans. So the Israeli, they are not taking it easy. They are very serious about this, looking at their antecedents and looking at what they are doing currently. I think it's a win-win situation for every lover of freedom, because whether we like it or not, what is happening from Israel sequel to agitation for the sovereign state of Biafra is a welcome development for that sovereign state.
But they have also said that they will help the Biafran to achieve or to actualize their freedom. Don't you think that there might not be diplomatic ties between Nigeria and the Israeli government if that is done, sir?
The point is, as long as Nigeria pathway through normal means, that is no rancor. I don't think you have anything to do with anybody. I don't think you to offend anybody. That's why, as a people, we must look at how do we want to continue living together on we pathways. That's why I want to bring the position of our three founding fathers. Talking about the one that came from the Yoruba, the Igbo, and the Hausa. This one is saying, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their background, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. Nigeria unity is only a British invention, and like this Abubakar Tafawa Balewa in 1948. You can clearly see what one of the founding fathers of Nigeria, the way he described Nigeria. So we need to what I need to ask, is Nigeria actually one? And by the time we are looking at the unity of Nigeria vis-a-vis the current challenge facing Nigeria, we should know that since the founding fathers do not agree, let us look at how best we can address this. Let me probably take it to another one. This one is saying Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the sense as they are English ways or French. The word Nigeria is a mere distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria and those who do not. This one came from Chief Obafemi Awolowo in 1947. You can clearly see the position of one of the founding fathers again, so that by the time we are now on the table to discuss what binds us together, we should know whether there is need to part ways or not. I will come back to do a proper analysis after this. Let me bring the last one so that we'll go into the proper analysis. This one is saying it is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in pieces. Should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of Democratic Republic of Congo will be a child's play if it ever comes to our turn to play such a tragic blow. This one came from Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe in 1964. So you can clearly see the position of our founding fathers. That's why personally I'm on the view that there's nothing wrong in somebody agitating for secession so long as it's coming through self-determination. You can come to think of it, UN Charter, I think Article 20, Subsection 1, is very clear that Nigerians have right of self-determination. This is applicable to African Charter of Article 1 that guarantees self-determination, and these two charters have been ratified in Nigeria. To that extent, it's a law in Nigerian legal jurisprudence. So, I think my own take is very simple, that it is good we come together as a people to discuss the unity of Nigeria. And if need be, we can decide to part ways as long as we are doing within the ambit of the law as described by extant laws, both internationally and locally, talking about self-determination.
But sir, Bashir Ahmed, the former media aide to President Buhari, has come out to say that Israel is also a major problem to the unity of Nigeria, saying that why would Israel take side in supporting the Biafra nation rather than looking for a way to make peace in this whole struggle, sir?
Are we saying there's justice, equity, and fairness in Nigeria? I have seen some Israeli, about two of them, who narrated their deeds in the hand of Nigerian security agencies. And according to them, many came to Nigeria in the south part of the country to do documentary to understand the people of the Igbo race, who of course are their brothers. But unfortunately, they were arrested by Nigerian state. The video is online.
By coming in.
Yeah, so have they even, I'm talking about Nigerian government, have they been fair to the Igbos? We had a civil war that was declared no peace or no vanquish. But in that same war, you gave the people 20 pounds, irrespective of whatever they had in the bank. Is there fairness in that? After the war, when you say no peace or no vanquish, what you needed to do is embrace everybody. Everybody should have equal opportunity, and the military personnel, the police personnel that fought on the side of Biafra should have embraced and, of course, compensated the same way those that fought on the side of Nigerian government got compensation. But did you see that? So by the time you are saying that the Israeli government is taking side, you ask yourself, has the Nigerian government been fair to the people of this part of the country? The answer is obviously no. Under the last administration of Muhammadu Buhari, we saw a government that said the people who gave him 5% vote are going to get 5% attention. As a leader, that is what he did in his 8 years. So by the time you are blaming Israel, you should ask yourself, has Nigeria been fair to the Igbos? The answer is very clear. It's no. And look at what is happening currently. A situation where the military is lamenting about the apathy from the southeastern part of the country, their unwillingness to embrace the Nigerian army and build career in Nigerian army. And I want to believe that trend will continue for a long time. Because the question now in the list of Nigerian Igbo youth is, why is it that they don't ask us to come and join NNPC? Why is it that they don't come to ask us to come and join, of course, custom? Why is it that when it comes to the military, that is even, you cannot guarantee that the safety of their lives in the face of the current reality where terrorists are even giving them a deadly blow? That is the question that is in the list of many Igbo youths. So have you even seen that fairness for the Nigerian state on the when you talk about the Igbos? Before you start accusing Israel of taking side, you don't blame Israel. These are people who have seen that they have their brothers in this part of the world who have not been fairly treated, and who are making frantic effort to ensure that their brothers here get fair treatment. The world is already a global village, you know. So they see what is happening. That is why you can clearly see an Israeli who was emphatic, telling the world that when Nnamdi Kanu was, before Nnamdi Kanu's adoption, that Nnamdi Kanu was in Israel.
Yes, he was in Israel.
Before he disappeared from the public space. So it is very clear that what Israel is doing is seeking to salvage their brothers in this part of the world. I think it's a normal thing because nobody sees his brother crying helplessly and would not want to lend a helping hand.
But why is the Fulanis more crying more than the bereaved? Because most of the Fulanis have been saying, even the Sultan of Sokoto, now that he's in Hajj, he's saying that the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct. Nobody and no international community can divide Nigeria.
By the time I said the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct, you begin to ask yourself, you that is talking about sacrosanct, are you the one that created Nigeria? Are you the one that created mankind? By providence. What I mean providence by nature, by God. God never created Nigeria as one. There are some natural unifying factors that make people a one people. Talking about the language. You do not make yourself, you do not bring about your language. It's by providence that you edit your language. We are made to understand, according to the account of the Bible, that it was when they were building the Tower of Babel that God had to use tongue to confuse mankind so that they could not build that tower to come and meet him. And that was when and how God gave everybody his identity through language. So if I say speaking Yoruba as a people, you are uniquely made like that by God. If I say speaking Hausa as a people, you are uniquely made like that by God. If I say speaking Igbo as a people, you are uniquely made like that by God. However, it is not out of place to come together, even as you have those different backgrounds, but it has to be through unanimous agreements, not through coercion as well currently. Because even in Britain, that amalgamated Nigeria, recently they existed European Union. And when they wanted to exist European Union, nobody from Nigeria told them that they should put all their action and go and join hands with other member European Union countries to move the European Union forward. Just the same way they encouraged Alaigbo to drop their decision recently when he went to submit letter to, of course, the office of the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Then, before you take me to another area, if you are looking at whether Nigeria is one, sea is a natural boundary. It is a natural provision by providence. And you have some of these seas in Nigeria that indicate that these people are different people from this, and these are different people from this. Like I told you, it's not just a place for people to come together, even if they have all these different backgrounds, but it has to be through unanimous agreement, not coercion as we have currently.
But sir, lastly for let you go, do you think it's a win-win for the Igbos and for the Biafra now that Israel has officially recognized them on their official website?
I must say that it's a welcome development that the Igbos and other Biafra agitation is gaining global attention. If there's no how you look at it, it's a welcome development and a win-win situation for all of us of freedom. Because, like I told you earlier on, so long as you are going about this true peaceful means without wanton destruction of lives and properties, it is accommodated in Eastern laws, whether locally or internationally. Just as I cited Section 20 of UN Charter that talks about self-determination, Section 1 of African Charter that talks about self-determination, that those two charters have been ratified in Nigeria. As long as it has been ratified in Nigeria, to that extent, it's already a law in Nigerian legal jurisprudence. So if you're not coming through that angle of self-determination without wanton destruction of lives and properties, you have not offended any known law, whether locally or internationally. So to answer your question directly, the recognition and seeing the Biafra in their website is a welcome development and it's advancing the struggle.
Thank you for always coming out to your view. Please.
Okay. The interviewer have thanked him. Let me also thank him for this exposition. My brother, you have spoken well. Brain is made in Biafraland. You are a brain. In fact, you speak more fluently even than that of Attorney General of the Federation of the Zoo, by name Latif Fagbemi, that look like monkey. Well, let me not waste much time because this video is already getting longer. But I'm very sure that whoever has started watching the video must surely end it because it is a celebration video. And I urge you hearing me to please, as you are watching, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media handles. And as you do that, may God Almighty continue to bless you and meet you at the point of your need. Well, there's no time for we to read comments, but I'm very sure you are going to drop your own comment, what you think over this matter. Do you agree with him that Igbos are one of the lost tribe of Israel? If you not agree, then tell me why you disagree with it. Whether you are watching from Facebook, make sure you comment. From TikTok, comment. From YouTube, please comment. Anywhere you find Okute Daily Talk, as long as this message is concerned, one day, drop your own comments and your personal thoughts. And it shall be well with all of us. Oyana, until I come your way again, have a nice day. I'm a regular control to bless us. Kachineke meziuku.